know, Z, one of the stars of this camp, has been Gage Larvadain. He joins us here in studio. Undrafted. What was your mindset walking into camp? I mean, let's go all the way back. What was your mindset as you arrived and then through the summer? And then when you got to camp, what was in your headspace in terms of the impact that you had to make?
Yeah. First of all, appreciate you guys having me.
Great to have you.
And then I think it goes back to, just my childhood, my entire life. That mindset has never changed. Just I've always been smaller in stature. And so, some small guys, they call it, what do they call it? Little
Napoleon complex.
Yeah. So I might have a little bit of that. So it's just any and everything where I feel like, people think I'm at a disadvantage. I try to, have that chip on my shoulder to just go and prove people wrong, prove myself right.
Undrafted free agency, some people may not realize, is kind of recruitment. We're recruiting you as much as you're choosing where you want to go, right? And you have to decide, okay, I want to be a Cleveland Browns. We don't just get to say, Gage Larvadain, you're going to be a Cleveland Brown. You just have to say, I want to be a Cleveland Brown.
For sure.
What in that process, what made you want to be a Cleveland Brown?
Yeah, it was a great opportunity, and then they have guys in their room. Jerry's here, get to play with Joe Flacco. I mean, it's a great organization to be a part of, and then I'm also I want to be a part of, the turnaround, the solution around here. So I want to be a part of that, and I think this is a great place to grow, both football player and just as a man.
You lived that last year at South Carolina.
Yeah,
the way they finished that season.
For
I mean,
sure.
that was a rough part of that season. Then you guys got going and got really to the cusp of the playoffs. So you're certainly a part of that. The other thing that I would assume to be a big part of that is opportunity, right? You look at a room and you go, hey, I can find some ways to move up, but it's still an uphill battle.
Yeah.
And the one thing about it is you don't get that many opportunities, so you have to take advantage of the ones that you have. How have you done that this summer?
Yeah, I just try to walk around the building and be a sponge. Just listen to as many people, as many teammates, coaches as I can, and then just go out there and apply it. Just try to stay as consistent and just focus on my job. Sometimes you can get kind of crowded and bombarded with a lot of stuff going on, but I just try to focus on my job and then being 1/11th of our offense. And if everyone focuses on that, I think everybody's going the same direction. I think the sky's the limit.
Well, one thing I know that you do very well from talking to Chad O'Shea, your coach, is he can tell you to line up anywhere and every responsibility. And that when they can trust you to say, all right, you're going to line up here on this play, you're going to line up over here on the next one, and your job, that's how you get more opportunities. I want to ask about those opportunities because preseason games, and we'll talk about those in a second, but you started to get some opportunities with the ones in Philly against the defending Super Bowl champs. So that obviously, that's a big deal. What was that like for you? Did you know going into it that was going to be the case? You were going to get some more of those opportunities, and how do you think you handled yourself in those opportunities?
Yeah, I mean it's always fun. It's another challenge that you try to put your focus on, try to accomplish another goal. But I didn't know, and I mean whoever's lined up next to me, whether it's Jerry, whether it's Keyshawn Johnson, K. McDonald, I just try to, like I said, I try to focus on being the best version of myself. So whoever's back there throwing the ball, they have enough trust to throw it to me, and then let me take care of the rest.
All right, I want to ask about two plays specifically. Let's go back to the first time we did live tackling, and you take a pass to the house, weaving through traffic. How gratifying was that? And then I'm sure when you watch the film, what you notice, not only what you did, but when you have Jerry Jeudy and Joel Bitonio sprinting down to the end zone, that says more than the play.
Yeah, the play was fun. Because I pride myself on run after catch. It's something I think I could bring value to this team for sure. So I was waiting. I was itching for a live period just to kind of, get another opportunity to showcase, what I can bring to the table. But, I mean, the play was cool, but like you said, that was my favorite part of camp. If I had to highlight one specific part, I mean, it's Jerry Jeudy, the Pro Bowler, and he's running down telling me, I'm getting him juiced up, So I'm like, how am I getting you juiced up? You get me juiced up all the time. So that was cool to see Joel, the vet, and then David was down there. So that was my favorite part of camp for sure.
All right, and then I imagine one of your favorite parts of preseason, if not the favorite, you get in the huddle, it's going to be the jet sweep.
Yeah.
What were you thinking? Were you like, did you feel good about it? But when the play was called, you're like, I'm going to get in there, and then you get in for the touchdown.
It was kind of one of I think Tommy was showing me some love right there. He could have put anyone could have scored that touchdown. So I think whoever Tommy and Coach Stefanski for calling that play. And then my teammates were blocking it up. You know, I walked in. We all three of us could have walked in on that.
No,
I don't know about
But it
that.
was fun.
one of the three.
Yes,
One of the three.
yeah, for sure.
But
We saw
that
it.
also speaks to what they think of you, not just as a player, but you as the person. And those relationships are such a part of this. Z used the word trust. You have to, when you think about this position, playing it at this level, you have to have the complete trust of your positions coach, of your coordinators, your head coach, your quarterbacks. You have to build that in short order. How have you been so good at building that with this team?
I think my preparation, you know, we hear a lot for sure, but I don't think, you know, what we do inside this building will be enough for me in order to, you know, going undrafted is going to be hard, you know what I'm saying? So like you mentioned, playing every spot, that's something I have to be able to do. And so I think my preparation has, you know, gave me the ability to go out there and, you know, when you know it, you can play faster, and the faster you play, the better you can play. So I just pride myself on that.
Well, Joe Flacco sat in this very chair,
Yep.
and it was early on, and we're like, who do you like? And he's like, 84. We're like, Gage? He's like, Gage.
that's nice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
He knows your,
That's like
he knows
week
your
one,
name.
week
That was like
two.
week one.
Early.
No, he saw it very, very early. All right, you mentioned after the catch. I have not seen the first guy take you down, regardless if it's a punt return, if it's a play. I have not seen that. And there was one in Philadelphia where I'm pretty sure it was a punt return. You're going to the right. The guy's got the angle on you, and somehow he just doesn't even tackle you. And I'm like, I think I said on the broadcast, I'm like, did Gage just turn invisible for a second? Because it doesn't make any sense, but you're able to just kind of get that. Is that something always? To me, the way that I have tried to, at least in the commentary side of it, try to say it is you just must have incredible start, stop, short area quickness because you have people there, and then you're not there anymore.
Yeah, so I actually have on the first page of my notebook, it says first guy never takes me down.
Well,
so
success.
Yeah,
So that's good.
I think it's more of a mindset. Some people say it's a skill. I think it's more of a mindset, you know. And I know that's something I can add value of, and you know, I just try to, you know, keep doing it, keep putting it on film.
And you've done a great job of that. And I'm sure when you come in as an undrafted free agent, right, obviously the ultimate goal is to make team. But first goal is like, let me show them enough that I stay in the program, right?
For sure.
You can get to the practice squad, then there's always the opportunities. You put them in a real hard position because you've put enough good stuff out there on tape that it's not just known here, right? It's known around the league. What would it mean to you to make this football team?
Yeah, man. Words can't explain it. It means the world. Like I said, I've been playing football my whole life, so you know, just to be able to put any NFL. Honestly, I swear, I hope it's the Browns, but just any NFL uniform would mean the world to me and my family. It's been an uphill battle my entire life, like I mentioned earlier. So, you know, God's blessed me with the talents, you know, the ability to be able to play this game, and I want to, you know, use this game to, you know, showcase and be a vessel of His word, and hopefully, you know, impact people who, you know, who are watching this or watching anything that I'm involved with. So.
Your path, man, you want to talk about, I mean, you said been up against it. I mean, this incredible two-sport athlete in high school. Then you go to southeastern Louisiana, then for 2 years, and you go to Miami for a year, then last year at South Carolina. How, in your head, motivationally, all of those things, was it always in your head, I'm making the league? Like, was that something, how did that drive you through that path?
Yeah, I think every kid who grows up playing football, their ultimate goal, their dream is to, you know, play at the highest level in the National Football League. And, yeah, you know, my journey's my journey. I wouldn't change it for the world. In my opinion, I feel like I should have been at South Carolina or, you know, in that level of competition for all 4 years, but that wasn't my journey, and I wouldn't trade mine for the world. I was blessed with coaches at Southeast Louisiana that let me, you know, get an education at their school, play 2 years there, play a year of college basketball as well there. Then Coach Chuck Martin in Oxford, he gave me the opportunity to come join his squad.
My wife is a graduate of Miami,
okay,
Ohio.
Larvadain,
Yeah,
for sure, Larvadain, yeah. Great coach, great university, great program. We were able to get it done. Was able to turn them around from, you know, fighting for a bowl game to winning the MAC championship. So that's what I love, you know, being a part of groups like that who, you know, we turn stuff around, we get it done when people think we can't. And so, because I carry that same mindset.
You know, the common denominator, you get there, things get better.
That's
So
what
far,
I try to
that's
think.
Miami having South
That's
Carolina.
what I try to think.
Yeah.
Man, you ever get close to that rooster at South Carolina? That Sir
No,
Big Spur guy?
I'm not doing that.
I'm not messing with that.
He's
guy.
actually super trained though. He barely moves. Sometimes you have to like poke him to make sure he's
Really?
like, alive. Yeah, he doesn't.
Oh,
He barely
No.
moves. They got him,
That's
like,
a ferocious bird.
Yeah,
no,
no
that
doubt.
thing's terrifying.
The
All right,
claws
hold
are
on. You
crazy.
snuck in very quickly there that you also played a year of college hoops.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, what was your game like?
I was kind of a scorer.
That's yes.
Yeah, I had to get it done. So
Yeah.
it was one of those things. I was able to play at Southeastern Louisiana, and I told myself probably the hardest thing I ever had to do was give up basketball. Because I told myself, okay, like I'll do a year, maybe 2 of both, and then eventually I can't go to NBA and NFL, so eventually I have to give one up. So I told myself I'll let the sports decide for themselves, and so I had a pretty good freshman year of college football. And then I went to basketball kind of late, so it wasn't kind of a fair fight between the two.
Yeah.
But football kind of took over.
All right, who was your basketball idol growing up that you
Yeah.
emulated, and who was your football idol that you grew up emulating?
Basketball, I'm big AI.
Yes.
Even though I didn't really get to watch him play live.
The answer.
Yeah, I watched because he was a football basketball guy too. People don't really know that. And there's clips of him like dribbling a football, but he's dribbling like a basketball he has all control of, and I just think that's so cool.
So I know you probably haven't gotten to spend a ton of time with Jeremiah Usu-Koromoa, but JOK and AI were tight and similar. He's a JOK, fancies himself as a great basketball player.
Virginia
as well.
guys, yeah.
Yeah,
Virginia,
exactly.
Virginia area.
Yeah, no doubt.
Norfolk.
Yeah.
And
Just how
And
he
who was the
carried
football
himself.
one?
Football, I was a big Odell guy, and it was just ironic because he was here. Love his game. I love Louisiana guy as well, so I kind of grew up watching him for sure. So
we
I
had
would say
Odell and Jarvis.
Yeah, and Jarvis. for
Right
sure.
here in this
Yep.
very studio
Yep.
where you now
No
sit
doubt.
many times.
Yeah, for sure.
We'd have a heck of a basketball team if JOK. I mean, because Dewan can play.
Yeah, Dewan. Yep.
Did you get shots up at the Palestra?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
You know
I
who
played-
the number 1 bucket was?
Who's that?
I've heard. Now you could correct me if I'm wrong, but Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, Kenny's got it. He
Pickett's a bucket
yeah,
too.
he can shoot it too.
He's
You
an
know,
athlete,
we have the
dude. Kenny
basketball
Pickett's an
goal
athlete.
right outside the weight room, and Kenny's.
He's
he
an
gets-
athlete.
Yeah, he gets some shots up too.
Oh, really?
He's
Wow,
nice.
that's a squad then.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got a squad.
You, Kenny, Dewan, JOK. Who's the fifth? Who would be the
JOK.
fifth?
Joel.
Oh God, yeah, Joel.
Yeah,
Joel was a
Yep.
beast.
Oh, that's
You'd have
right.
Joel and Dewan. You'd have JOK would be like the Iguodala,
Yep.
lockdown
Yeah.
defender.
And you and Kenny in the backcourt.
Yeah.
You run the
Sure.
one.
Yeah, for sure.
You run the one.
Be a
Kenny runs
scoring
the two.
point guard. Yeah, exactly.
I like
Yeah,
it.
like Kenny get all the shots up.
Hey, buddy. It was awesome having you in here. It has been so much fun watching you. It's been inspirational watching you and the way you've handled your business. And hopefully the next week is good. Hopefully it's here. But you've made it a very difficult decision, as Z said. And the play that you've put on the field is awesome to watch. And you're a
Appreciate
pleasure
that.
to get to know you, buddy. So
Appreciate
thank you
it.
so much for stopping
Yeah,
by.
appreciate you having me. Yeah, no doubt.
There you go. He's been one of these stories of Camp Gage Larvadain in studio with us here on Cleveland Browns Daily, presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of Cleveland Browns on 850 ESPN Cleveland.